Somehow it's June. Time has this way of creeping up on us, doesn't it? Quietly, steadily, until all of a sudden, we're halfway through the year. And maybe you've looked up lately and thought, what am I doing still here? You had plans, goals, intentions, dreams you swore you'd achieved this year. But life happened. You got busy, distracted, tired. Things didn't go as planned. And now, it's easy to feel like you've wasted time, or worse, wasted the whole year. But sisters, here's a wonderful truth, and that's, you haven't run out of time. You have just enough time to reset. Listen, dears, and believe me, your story doesn't end here in June. This isn't the end of the story, you're in the middle, and believe me, the middle is powerful, because it gives you perspective. It gives you choice. And most importantly, it gives you a chance to begin again, not from where you should be, but from exactly where you are. So today, we're not talking about catching up. We're talking about starting fresh, starting anew with a clear mind, a soft heart, and zero pressure to be perfect. Sisters, you get to begin again with new focus, new energy, and the courage to choose right now as your day one. So take this second half of the year and make it count, on your terms. That's the power of mid-year magic. The power of starting over. The power of right now. Now to begin, let's anchor ourselves in a powerful truth, and that's, time isn't linear when it comes to your growth. January doesn't hold a monopoly on fresh starts, though we've been conditioned to believe that meaningful change requires the perfect timing. The first of the year, the first of the month, Monday morning. But what if the most powerful moment to begin is actually this one, right here, right now? Think about it. June carries just as much potential as January. The difference is that now you have something January didn't offer, and that's perspective. You've lived through 5 months of this year. You know what worked and what didn't. You understand your rhythms better. You've seen your capacity, your breaking points, and your resilience. That's not lost time, that's valuable intelligence. Dears, your story doesn't follow a calendar, and your breakthrough doesn't need permission from a date on the wall. Growth unfolds in seasons, not schedules. And if this season has been messy, unclear, or painful, that doesn't disqualify it from being the fertile ground where something beautiful takes root. Sometimes the most profound transformations happen not when everything is perfect, but when everything is real. So consider this your halftime moment, not because the game is over, but because this is your chance to pause, breathe, and reassess your strategy. Athletes don't abandon the game at halftime. They use it to refresh, regroup, refocus, and then come back to the game stronger. The second half could be the most powerful, aligned, and intentional part of your entire year. But only if you choose to see this moment for what it really is, mid-year magic, your second chance moment. Sisters, can't you see, your right now is powerful, not because it's perfect, but because it's yours. It's where you are, with all your accumulated wisdom, all your hard-won clarity, and all your unrealized potential, still intact. Everything meaningful begins with your decision to start from exactly where you are, with exactly what you have. Sweet dear, you don't need to rewind time, or wish away the months that brought you here. You simply need to reclaim this time, this moment, this breath. Your fresh start isn't waiting for you somewhere in the future, it's available to you right now. So let's talk about your fresh start action plan. Because inspiration without practical action is just wishful thinking, and you deserve more than that. You deserve real change that sticks. So here are some concrete steps that will carry you from this moment, through the rest of the year, with momentum and purpose. To begin, start ridiculously small. Choose one habit so tiny it feels almost silly not to do it. We're talking 5 minutes or less. Maybe it's drinking 1 full glass of water when you wake up, writing 3 things you're grateful for, or doing 10 push-ups against your kitchen counter. The goal isn't to transform your life overnight, it's to prove to yourself that you can keep a promise to yourself, daily. Small wins create the confidence for bigger ones. Next, examine your energy drains. Spend 1 week tracking what genuinely energizes you versus what leaves you feeling depleted. Notice the people, activities, and commitments that consistently drain your battery. Then start creating boundaries. Not walls, but healthy limits that protect your energy for what matters most. This might mean saying no to that monthly dinner that always leaves you exhausted, or setting specific times for checking social media instead of mindlessly scrolling the evening away. Then you want to choose your one thing. Instead of trying to overhaul your entire life, identify the single change that would create the biggest, positive, ripple effect. Maybe it's establishing a consistent sleep schedule, meal prepping on Sundays, or dedicating 30 minutes each morning to working on that project you keep putting off. Focus all your energy on making this one thing non-negotiable for the next 90 days. Next, you want to design your environment for success. Make the right choice, the easy choice, by setting up your space to support your goals. If you want to read more, leave a book on your pillow. If you want to exercise, lay out your workout clothes the night before. If you want to eat healthier, prep your snacks and keep them visible. Then you want to create accountability that actually works. Find someone who will celebrate your small wins, not just check in when you're struggling. Share your fresh start with a friend, a sister, or mentor who understands that progress isn't always linear. Set up weekly check-ins where you share what went well and what you learned. Sisters, the goal isn't perfection, it's consistent, forward movement. And lastly, dears, you want to schedule your non-negotiables. Whatever matters most to you, whether it's time for yourself, working on your goals, or connecting with people you love, put it on your calendar first, before everything else fills up the space. Treat these appointments with yourself as seriously as you would any other important commitment. Dears, please see that these aren't overwhelming life overhauls. They're strategic, sustainable steps that build on each other, creating a ladder to success. Sisters, start with what resonates most. You don't need to change everything, you just need to keep showing up. Small steps, taken steadily, lead to big shifts over time. Give yourself permission to begin imperfectly, to grow quietly, and to rise boldly. The second half of your year is unwritten, and you hold the pen. Until next time.